All right, guys, so we're back at it again with a new video. This time we're going to learn how to replace a Whirlpool ice maker. So right there at the very top of the fridge, there is a cap, and I'm basically just lifting up the fill tube so I can actually pull out the ice maker. If you don't, you're going to feel like it's not coming out. So after that, remove the ice bucket. There's going to be a cover on the left-hand side. You will need a flathead screwdriver. Just stick it into that hole and push down and then pull towards you, and then that little cover will come out. I'll show you in a bit. Hold on. Sometimes they are a little bit tight, so just bear with me right now. It'll come out any second. So the motion is just stick it in and push down and then pull towards you. You see that little clip? After you're done with that, there's another little tab on the ice maker. That one you have to push it towards your right so you can get it out of place. We'll also disconnect the wire harness to the ice maker. But after you do that, get the clip, push it to the right, and then pull as you're doing that in order to remove the ice maker. Excuse me. Don't get scared either, because this ice maker is pretty big. This is one of the complicated ice makers to do, but this is why we're making this video, to show you guys how to do it. So as you see in the box, it comes with two different wire harnesses, because sometimes they're different connectors, and then at the very bottom you have your ice maker. So and then you got your two separate covers for the different type of wire harnesses that you might get, and you have your level detector for the ice that goes inside the ice maker. So first, what you want to do, this is just literally like 1/4-inch screws and then disconnecting connectors, really. So I know this video is a little bit fast-paced, but I didn't want to make y'all watch like a 20-minute video just to do this, so that's why I'm speeding it up. So right there, I'm gonna remove the fan. It has tabs on the side. So, and always remember, guys, take pictures before you start disassembling, so you have a reference point to go back to. So as you can see, all those little connectors we're gonna disconnect in order to remove this ice maker. So you see I'm disconnecting those two cables from the auger motor. The auger motor is basically what helps you dump out the ice and changes whether you have cube or crushed. Same thing right there. Now there is I think I'll show you in a little bit. Not yet, give me a second. So right there, same thing, take off the cover from the other side. So these are a little bit complicated, like I said at the beginning. Just take your time and be careful. See, you got another connector there with another 1/4-inch screw, and all the screws are 1/4-inch on these, so just get a 1/4-inch bit and you'll be fine. And like I said, please remember to take pictures so you can go back to how it was actually assembled. So right there, I'm just disconnecting the connector from the ice maker. And one of these wire harnesses that they send is gonna fit in onto the new one and basically put it back together. So after that, there are screws at the bottom. I believe there's 3. Same thing, 1/4-inch screws, and that's just to remove the housing or the back plate, however you want to call it, but that's just to remove the ice maker as well. So now that it's a little bit loose, you want to get rid of that ice maker, and then this is where you kind of have to take your time. You see that wire harness, how it's placed in there? You know, just take it out slowly. Try not to break anything if you can't, because breaking something is just a little bit annoying when you're trying to put it back together. It's not going to fit the same. So after we remove the wire harness from the ice maker, we're going to start disconnecting those, and then we're just basically going to start pushing things out. So right there, what I'm doing is I'm just cutting one of the wire ties that it has, or the plastic ties. That's what holds some of the wire harness in place. It is a little bit of a tight fit, so you are going to need these little itty-bitty cutters just to be able to loosen up the wire harness and pull it out. And you really don't have to put the plastic tie on again. It's just to remove it. That's not really that important. Just be sure that everything's connected properly. So you can see me there struggling a little bit because it is a bit of a tight fit because you don't want to cut one of the wires. Now we're pulling out the wire harness, so we're just gonna push it inside, and then it's just basically all gonna come out. Just take your time, take your time. That's what I'm saying. Some things are not as easy, so you do have to take your time. So right here, what I'm going to show you, this is something I don't want you guys to do, but just for the purpose of this video, I wanted to do it quickly because I didn't have I didn't have a lot of time today. So right there, you're going to see that green wire. That green wire is basically a ground. What I'm doing right there, I'm just cutting it out. So you don't want to necessarily do that, but if you do, cut enough wire, cut enough where you can actually put maybe like a little what do you call it, it's like to basically splice the wires, the little caps, or you can remove the whole auger motor and be able to get to that 1/4" screw and just unscrew it off. It's just really up to you guys. And as you can see, I was basically just taking out the tab to remove the rest of the wire harness. So sometimes what tends to happen is that instead of looking at the wire harness that you do have, look at the ice maker that you have, because sometimes 1 or 2 connectors are not going to fit. But if you put your wire harness next to the original one and everything's completely the same, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the wire harness that you need to use. So just go ahead and put that one. And like I said, guys, just take your time. Just be careful. Just take your time. Now, exactly how we removed it, we're just going to put it back into place. So right there, push those wires straight through that little hole and start pulling where they have enough space where you're going to be able to connect the new ice maker onto that little mounting bracket. So right there, it just holds into place as soon as you pull on it, and then, you know, that little rubber will hold it in place. Now match all your connectors and just reconnect everything how they were. And again, take pictures so you know what you're doing. So trust me, I've been there when I don't take pictures of something that I've never disassembled before, and then when I have to put everything back, I'm over here, you know, panicking a little bit because I'm like, oh, how am I going to put this back? So just take pictures, take your time, and I promise you everything's going to turn out fine. So just look back at your reference point, just go through those pictures and place that wire harness the way that it should be. And really, right after you put the wire harness, everything is just, you know, really self-explanatory, and just you're just basically backtracking to what you just did. So just be sure to connect everything else. So right there you have that ground. It'll be fine. Just reconnect it where it needs to be. It already has 1 point of it being grounded, so it's gonna be fine. But if it didn't, then, you know, we would have taken everything apart and done it the correct way. But for the purpose of this video, I kind of just was trying to hurry up and just, you know, get out of there as soon as we can, because I really didn't have the time. But you guys just, of course, do it the way that it should be. So now everything's connected back to the way it was. Just be sure that you secure all your connections, that they're secure on whatever connector that they need to be on, and they're not loose, or they won't run the risk of actually coming off, because if that happens, you're gonna have to do this all over again. So just be sure wherever you disconnected one, put it back to the same it was. So now after we're all done with that, okay, somebody was texting me, don't get distracted. So you're gonna put your ice maker onto that mounting bracket, but pay attention to how I'm taking this ice level detector off. That little level is just to detect how much ice is in your ice bucket. So I didn't necessarily have to take this off, but just to show you guys how it goes on, I took it off, and I just remembered, I don't know why, I think it's this video, I struggled to put it back on for like a minute or two, and I'm like, man, I'm kind of dumbfounded right now. So that was basically my brain having a brain fart. So just bear with me, guys, because I'm over here just struggling to put something on that I just took off. So look, even me, that I've been doing this for about 5 years, sometimes I still, have my little missteps, and things happen. So, it's just, oh my God, forgive me, guys. This is just not how it's supposed to go. I'm just struggling over here for no apparent reason. So bear with me. I'll eventually get it. But the point is just get it into position where it needs to be. That way it can detect the correct level of ice that's in there. And once it does that, it obviously it'll stop making ice. Once it gets to a certain point at the very top, it won't make more ice than what it needs to, and overfill your ice bucket. Now, here is another thing. If you feel like your ice maker is being overfilled, now you see that I'm finally, I should smack myself. But anyways, if you feel like your ice maker is just making too much ice and it's overflowing the ice bucket, it's probably because that thing is not working the way that it should. So that's just a little bit of a tip for you guys. So once you put that thing back in place, just be sure that you actually push it into place and you move it up and down. You'll kind of be able to hear it clicking, and if you hear those clicks, then everything's working the way that it should. And if I'm not mistaken on this one, even if it is like that, if you push that level all the way up, your ice maker is just basically turned off, just in case you guys don't know that. So right there, making my connections to my ice maker. That's just for basically that little gear, that little timer, to help it cycle through. Now going back in with that little sensor that detects how cold it is, so it can start producing more ice. Just be sure not to squish any of your wires, so they'll actually be able to make contact and have power running through them properly. So and like I said, guys, this is one of the more complicated ice makers to replace. I am not sure why Whirlpool made this one the way that they did, but I've done this many times, and I never like doing them because it's just too much work for something that should be super simple. But I'm not the one that made these parts, so you just got to deal with it. So right there, just be sure you put all your screws back in place, and just double check everything that you're doing. Be sure that everything's connected. So once you get everything else connected, just be sure to put everything back in position as best as you can, and make sure everything is secured. So right there, we're putting back the fan on, and basically you just push it back in, and you're gonna hear those tabs clicking into position. So I think we're done basically for the most part with this ice maker. So just be sure that everything is fitting correctly, and the way you just put it back into place, you just basically put it in the middle, move that wire harness to your left a little bit, like right there at the corner. You're gonna feel like it's a little bit tight, but just start pushing, and it'll start going into position. So after it does, just be sure that you do hear that little click where that left hand tab is for the ice maker. That's how you know that it is in position. So once you hear that, just be sure to connect your wire harness, because if you don't, it's not gonna work. So just be sure it's in place. Same thing with that cover that covers the wire harness. Put it back into position. Right there, I messed up because I still had the ice maker. I still had the refrigerator plugged in. So as soon as I put in the new ice maker, it wanted to fill up. So that's why you saw water running down that fill tube. So that's my bad. So right there, just put that cover back on, and we should be good. Once you put that fill tube back into position, then just put that cap on top, and we're all good to go. Same thing for the ice bucket. So everything's good. So right there, I kind of messed up. So just clean up your mess. Try to keep things as clean as you can. So I hope this video helped you guys out. So just thank you for watching. See you till next time.